Okay, we are recording, and I apologize for the technological difficulties, but isn't that the way of the world? If it's not one thing, it's another. So I'm just grateful to be able to record this. I hope as many people as possible hop on this Zoom, but I will post this recording. So if you're watching here with us on Zoom, welcome. If you're jumping on, and if you're watching this replay, thank you for being patient and waiting 30 minutes or so to get the recording. So I will get this up as quickly as I possibly can. But that is the name of the world right now, right? Is pivot, flexibility, like make it work. It's just, we are living our Project Runway lives right now. Like we're just making it work, right? And that's, you know, I was having a big conversation with my kids today about flexibility. And that's just the way, it's such a good, easy way to be, and makes life so much better. So thank you for being flexible. I want to kick off the event. Welcome to Love Live. I'm going to unmute Gretchen for a second so she can say hi, or unmute yourself, Gretchen.
Hello, everybody. So happy to see all your faces here tonight. Thanks for joining us.
This is my friend Gretchen Heichgen. She's one of the founders of Trades of Hope, and she's going to be sharing some amazing things with you tonight. And I'm going to go into speaker view for just a minute and just welcome you. Welcome to Love Live. This is the second time around with this event, this group. And it's just an absolute thrill. I kind of dreamed this idea up of a way to invite women in and create a space that was just intimate and exclusive and kind of urgent. Like I wanted it to be like just a couple of days of really like bold, impassioned posts and conversations around what it means to be a partner with Trades of Hope, and kind of like, let's just get to the point. Like, we want you to join. We want you to be part of what we're doing. Like, you're here and you've been invited to this group because somebody said, like, you would love this. Come check this out. So we're not going to like mince words about that. Like, you're here because we want you to be a part of this community. And I hope that you're getting a glimpse into our sisterhood and our community through this little group in these couple of days that we're spending together. This is who we are. We're from all over the country in lots of different time zones. We're flexible. We've got babies on Zooms. We've got dogs. We've got kids. We've got, you know, lives happening around us. But every single one of us has a deep desire to help women and link arms with women around the world to make the world a better place. And we get to do it through jewelry and bags and scarves and home decor and fashion, ethical fashion. So my name is Erin Woods. I guess I should introduce myself. Like I said, I'm joined tonight by my dear friend, Gretchen Heichgens, who's one of the founders of Trades of Hope and one of my, gosh, we've been friends. I was thinking about you today, Gretchen, because those memories popped up from like 6 years ago. We went to, the first time we went to dinner together, but that actually wasn't the first time we met. The first time I ever met Gretchen was at the very first Trades of Hope retreat, and she was literally the first in-person person that I met through Trades of Hope, and she gave me the biggest hug. Yes, and she gave me the biggest hug, and she knew my name, and I was like, oh my gosh, I was like starstruck, and now I can say like I've literally traveled the world with her and shared many a meal and danced at concerts and danced on dance floors, and just I've gotten to know this amazing woman and her heart, and she's just become such a dear friend. So I love doing this work with you, Gretchen, and I love almost every time a memory pops up on Facebook, it's usually with you. So it's kind of fun.
We do have a good time.
I know, we do. Her beautiful daughter, Elizabeth, was supposed to be here with us tonight, and she called me yesterday very upset because her flight to London got changed last minute. So she was supposed to be flying out last night and was going to join us tonight, but now she is literally in the air right now on her way to London. So Elizabeth, and she was going to film a little video message for us. So I'm not sure if she was able to do that, but Elizabeth is Gretchen's daughter, and you will hear from her. She spoke on our team meeting last night and had some beautiful things to share. But like I said, our goal tonight, we're not going to beat around the bush. We want to fire you up to say yes. We want you to join us. You are the women we've been waiting for. We want you to be part of our community of partners. We're growing. We're entering this really fun, exciting season called fall, where people get even more excited about shopping. Like, it's pretty awesome in like June and July, but it's like really awesome come like September, October, November. We're just building this momentum, and we're coming out of, it's been really cool in this pandemic time seeing our business just kind of get, scrappy and determined, and making sure that we're staying true to our commitments to our artisan partners and the groups that we work with, and finding ways to be creative to make sure that we're continuing to do our jobs. And we are a home party company. So you would think, oh my gosh, like this, stay-at-home pandemic would absolutely bring us to our knees. But what it's done is made us all incredibly savvy at Facebook parties, incredibly creative with Zoom parties and Messenger parties, and all kinds of ways to connect with people, really digging into building communities online and giving people this beautiful, hopeful, worthy distraction on Facebook during this crazy time. And our businesses are thriving, and in turn our artisans are thriving. So we want you to be an amplifier of voices. Like I said, each of you is here because somebody asked you to be here. And I always think about women around the world are calling out for what we can give. Like, they want freedom and opportunity and dignified work and purpose and passion and the ability to put food on their tables and care for their kids, but also the ability to do work that inspires them. And Trades of Hope has the ability, has the vehicle to provide that and to answer that call. That's what we get to do as partners, and it is just rad and awesome. And so you've been invited tonight to hear a little bit more about that, hear my heart and Gretchen's heart about, Gretchen's going to share the why behind the company and how this company started and why it was started and what's happening right now in the world that your yes tonight directly impacts and why it matters. We always think, and I used to think, like, well, what can I really do? Like, I'm one person. What am I going to do to chip away at global poverty or human trafficking? Like, I was a teacher, and then I was a stay-at-home mom. It was like, who am I, to even think that I could make an impact or make a difference in the world? And I have realized in the 7.5 years that I've been a partner, oh my gosh, one woman can absolutely change the world. I mean, you look at somebody like Gretchen, she is one woman, and the impact that she has had just as one woman on thousands and thousands and thousands of lives is just, it's unbelievable. It's mind-blowing. So you are one woman who can make a huge difference in the world. I also am going to tell you about 2 really fun gifts that we're going to give you if you join in the next 24 hours. And then I'm going to show you the bonus giveaway prize at the very end, but I'll get to that at the end. So before I let you hear from Gretchen, I'm going to take a minute to introduce myself and tell you just a little bit about my story, because I'm a partner. I'm not a founder. So sometimes I feel like so invested in this company, like I founded it, but I didn't. I'm just like you. 7 years ago when I joined this company, I was kind of feeling lonely and feeling a little disconnected and isolated from the world, not because of the pandemic, but because I had decided to become a stay-at-home mom. I had a toddler and a newborn, and I had left my teaching job as a high school English teacher to be home. And it was really hard. I was missing the connection and the passion that I had for my work as a teacher, and was all of a sudden in this totally different sort of isolated environment as a stay-at-home mom. I discovered Trades of Hope as I was like scrolling through Facebook and saw a really cute graphic of a pair of earrings, and it said empowering women out of poverty. And it was a dear friend of mine who posted it. So I immediately reached out to her and wanted to know how I could get the earrings, and also wanted to know what their connection was to empowering women. Like, what is that all about? I had no idea. And so I ended up hosting a party with her, just fell in love with the idea of helping women from around the globe, from my home, through the vehicle of fashion. Like, all of that aligned for me. It was an opportunity to do something in my home with my kids around me during nap time, or whenever, in the minutes that I could grab. But it also felt incredibly purposeful and meaningful, similar to what my teaching career had given me. And then it was through fashion. It was through something that I was kind of into, and I like pretty things. And even if you don't consider yourself like a fashionista, that's okay. We've had many partners join that said, I didn't even wear jewelry before Trades of Hope. You'll be surprised how quickly you can drink that Kool-Aid. But it all sounded so good and almost like too good to be true that I had to stick around to learn more and to see more. And frankly, I just couldn't say no to this sweet little company that was tugging at my heart. So flash forward 7 years, Trades of Hope and this work, I can say without hesitating that it's part of who I am now. And I've been honored to travel to Haiti. I've been to Guatemala a couple of times. I've met artisans from Pakistan and India and Kenya and Uganda and literally all over the world as they've come to our annual Inspire retreat in Orlando. And I absolutely know without a doubt that crazy idea that this pair of earrings could be empowering women out of poverty, I know that it's absolutely true, and that my life is connected to all of the women and men and artisans and families behind each pair of earrings and each bracelet and each necklace. And those artisans directly impact my life, and in turn, I am able to directly impact theirs. My life is incredible because of Trades of Hope. I have found the connection that I was craving, the passion that I was missing, the purpose, the creative outlet. I found a way to contribute to my family's income and justify leaving my teaching career permanently. I found friendships with amazing women, literally all over the country, who have encouraged me and loved me and truly made me a better person. I think about that all the time, women that I never would have met. My dearest friends live in Minnesota and Ohio and California and New Jersey and Florida and Michigan and literally all over that I never, ever would have crossed paths with. And I continue every single day to empower women out of poverty through fashion. Like, that's my job. I get to do every single morning when I wake up. Mm-hmm. And that too good to be true idea is so true, and it's so real, and it lights up my heart every day. And I think what is different about Trades of Hope compared with another company, because I did a direct sales company in my early 20s and it didn't go very well. And I was thinking about why that didn't work for me. And I think it's because we are accountable not just to a product, but to a person in Trades of Hope. Your business partner is a woman across the globe with a name, a face, a family, with desires and dreams for herself and for her community. Last night in our team meeting, Elizabeth shared the words of our artisans that are going on our new packaging that's coming out next year. And the words are their stories, and it's really their before and after of, this was my life and this is my life now because of the jewelry and because of you. And I am able to step out and step up and be heard and do things I never thought I could do. And it's just absolutely incredible to think about being accountable to that woman. And I think about that every day. And I know that's why my commitment to Trades of Hope and my motivation, it's easy to become unmotivated in life about a lot of things. I get unmotivated about healthy eating and exercising and, doing flashcards with my kids, or just any of the good things I should be, unwavering about. But I've never not been committed to Trades of Hope because of that accountability to my artisan partner. I work with her, and the dignity of sharing the work of her hands and being her partner is truly our greatest joy and my greatest joy as a partner. They say that if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. And we work really hard at our Trades of Hope businesses, but it never feels like work. I guarantee every woman that's listening to this call who is a partner would say, I could work my business all day. I love it. I mean, no, we can't, but it's that kind of work that you just love doing it. I've had more fun, more adventures. I've grown more as a person in the last 7 years than I ever thought possible. I've made a great income. I've made the world a better place while doing it. And I would join every single day. And I think all of us would. We would say yes again. Every morning I wake up thinking about the partners, the artisan partners that I am accountable to. And I get up and I get to work, and I love it. I find the time and I make it happen. So I also have the amazing privilege to lead a national organization, a national team. You might have read on the group that I am a national executive director with Trades of Hope, which is just a title, but it really means that I have this really large group of women who in the last 7 years have joined my organization. And what I love is that every single partner in this particular Love Live group is part of our Great Love Nation. And we are truly a team of passionate women. We are full of light and love, and we lead the charge in Trades of Hope as a whole. We all believe that small things done with great love can change the world. That is our team mission, where it all kind of started. And this meeting tonight is hopefully giving you a little bit of a glimpse into the spirit of our Great Love Nation and the community that you are joining. So there's Trades of Hope, which is awesome and amazing. And then the Great Love Nation is our team. And we want you to be a part of it. So enough about me, enough about the Great Love Nation. I want to talk about Trades of Hope, the OG team, which was Gretchen and Elizabeth and the founders of Trades of Hope. So I'm going to turn it over to you, Gretchen, I'm going to say Elizabeth, to tell us about how it all began.
Ooh. Well, we started Trades of Hope almost exactly 10 years ago. It'll be 10 years in September that we had our very first party. And, but for me, my Trades of Hope journey really began even 8 years before that. My husband and I were looking at international adoption, got involved in a couple different organizations, realized they were kind of corrupt in their own ways. I became really frustrated and really felt that God was calling me and my husband to open an orphanage in Haiti, which is totally nutso. And I thought my husband would think I was crazy. And he said, oh, okay, which showed it was even more of a God thing than I could have imagined. So for 8 years, we ran an orphanage and I processed adoptions, and we did adopt my daughter, Mia. We started a school, we started a medical clinic. My sister's a nurse practitioner, so she came in and she did that. And so, we were really blessed to be involved in a lot of people's lives, and we definitely helped a lot of people and a lot of children through, and it wasn't just me. We had a lot of volunteers, we had a lot of financial supporters and donors and so on and so forth. It was an incredible community, some of which work at Trades of Hope now and our home team too, which is so cool. I so love. But over those 8 years, starting 18 years ago, I learned that most orphans around the world, certainly in Haiti, but also around the world, are not truly orphans. They have mothers, they have fathers, they have grandmothers, they have aunts, all of these people who would love to take care of them, but they just don't have the financial means to even feed these children, really even meet their basic needs. And so, instead of watching their child starve, they give them to an orphanage. And, that whole 8 years was a huge learning curve for me. And I saw a lot of things. I experienced a lot of things, a lot of sadness, some joys, some whatevers. But through that, I learned, some very specific incidences, like light bulb moments, like, oh my goodness, there has to be another way. Taking this baby from this beautiful mother who loves this baby so much, but she cannot feed herself and she can't feed her. That's not right. And what are we going to do? And so I fell in love with the idea of microfinancing and helping women start their own businesses. There's, several books I read. I got really excited about it. But I didn't know when it was going to be able to happen because we had this whole organization that we were responsible for. And literally, 28 kids in an orphanage in Haiti. But then, and we all believe differently at Trades of Hope, and that's totally fine. But I believe God had a big plan. And through all of the tragedy of the earthquake in Haiti came some really beautiful moments too. And for us, 28 of those beautiful moments were bringing those kids home, all to their adoptive families, all in one night. I never would have thought it would be possible. So all of a sudden, I don't have an orphanage anymore in Haiti, which I can't tell you how good that felt. That felt awesome, better than I ever would have imagined. And I knew that was my chance. That was my chance to restart, reboot, help give mothers jobs. I didn't know how I was going to do it. I thought I was going to take some time off. I thought I was going to clean closets and cook better meals for my kids and, whatever. But apparently I don't clean closets, during a pandemic or, after I quit a job or anything. So they just stay dirty anyways. But I was on the beach with my friend Holly. We were talking. She was just telling me about this business model that was crazy awesome and where women were selling things around the country. And she was just kind of saying it like, it's so interesting, And she said, so what are you going to do now? You have nothing on your plate now. This is crazy. What are you going to do? And I said, well, I'm going to do microfinancing. I really want to help women have jobs. Well, literally within 6 weeks, we come together and we say, what if women all across the United States were marketing and selling beautiful things that women in Haiti and Uganda and Kenya and India and the Philippines, and what if that could be so cool. It could really help moms keep their children and care for their families really well, not have to give them up. And so that's what we started. And it actually grew even into, we learned so much more as we started Trades of Hope, and that we became more educated on the human trafficking that goes around this world in our backyards and in every country all over the world. And many times the solution to that is really having healthy jobs that you can offer these young women, young men who are coming out of these bad situations. So, and usually that's paired with some other counseling and some other things, right? So none of it's simple, but I love Trades of Hope is not a Band-Aid to a bad problem. I do believe in charity. I just don't believe that charity is the answer to everything. Like sometimes charity just doesn't do what needs to be done, which is a long-term fix. It's a long-term healing process. And I love that Trades of Hope, we have artisans all over in 19 different countries, and these women are proud to be able to go to work. They're proud to put their kids in school. They're proud of the fact that they can provide a safe, loving environment for their kids, and take care of themselves. And they don't need a handout standing in line at one of these charities who only mean the best, but they can do it themselves. And I think about it in, we all want, each one of you on this call and me, we all want to be able to take care of ourselves and take care of our family as well. And if we can't do that, that's a huge hole in our hearts. And so I love that Trades of Hope can help fill those holes. We have seen women who have learned to read. They've learned to, do different Microsoft Excel spreadsheets. They've learned how to speak English. They've learned how to do quality control and inventory counts. So it's not just even crafting jewelry. Sometimes it even becomes more than that down the road. And sometimes they go on and they get a completely different job years down the road. We had someone that we've seen and we have loved. I haven't really even talked to the sisterhood about it because I'm kind of sad about it in a very, very selfish way. But one of the artisans that I met when she was 16, 10 years ago, she has worked her way up, and she is now going off to the US to study. And she has big dreams of her own. And because she learned all these skills over the last 10 years, working with that artisan group and working with us, she is able to do that. So great if we can be a stepping stone so that women can continue on. So Trades of Hope, there are so many great stories. There are so many great artisan stories. And I love that our partners get to really meet these women. They get to spend time with them. They get to hear their stories firsthand. Every time I get partners together, I always say the same thing. I feel like I need to come up with a new spin on this, but I'm not good at that. So, we knew from the beginning, our mission for Trades of Hope was to help mothers keep their children and to care for their families well. What I had no idea was coming, I had no experience in Party Plan or anything before besides shopping at them, was that all of these women were going to come together and bond together, and we were going to have hundreds and thousands of women all across the United States who were going to raise up as well, not only financially, but through their own finding of purpose, through their own finding relationship and friendship. That has just been so beautiful. I have seen women who hesitated to look in my eyes when they spoke to me because they were so shy. The last few years, stand up on stage and teach to hundreds of other women. And yeah, they might have been shaking a little, but they did it and they nailed it and they're awesome. And the next time, and no, Christy, you were shaking really badly. But you know what? Next time it'll be less because you nailed it. You're awesome. So it was, there are all these wins that it just makes Trades of Hope to me so, so beautiful. It's so much more than bracelets and handbags and jewelry. You know, that part's all fun, you know, like Erin said. I love that we can use fashion as a force for good. I love it that we can do it through beautiful things. But that's not, you know, I don't care enough about selling bracelets to work as hard as we have over the last 10 years. And I know most of the women on this call don't care enough about pretty necklaces or earrings that they would devote this much of their life to them, whether that's a few hours a month or a few hours a week or a few hours a day. But there's a bigger purpose to all of it. And I love that we get to be a little part of all of these women's lives all across the United States and the world. And to me, this idea that we can create this truly dignified partnership where I am helping someone, but she's helping me too. You know, she's helping me put food on my table. She's helping they love that. And you know what, you guys, in the beginning, I really didn't know, like, I didn't know for the very beginning how it was going to go when I talked to an artisan, but we've always been big on transparency around here. So, you know, anytime I have talked to artisans, shown them the catalog, and shared with them that, yeah, we have women across the United States who are selling it, and they make a bit of money from this too, and you make some money from it too. They love it. I have seen girls start weeping. By girls, I mean 19-year-olds. You know, I'm 45 now, so girls are anywhere in their 20s, I think. But there's so much pride in the fact, knowing that there are women across America who want to wear it and who want to sell it. And that's really hard for some of these young women and older women who have had really hard lives to believe that anything that they can make with their hands will be valued that much by other people. And so that's a total win in itself, you know. When I was in Guatemala and I was meeting the girls at the shelter for the first time, who make all of our fingerprint jewelry, we were recording some video, and actually my husband's recording and I'm going through these little interviews, and my Spanish is horrific, so it was rocky. But Fritz says, "Hey Gretchen, can I tell them something?" And I said, "Yeah, okay." And he said, "You know, you're all international business women now, right?" And they started crying. I started crying. I could start crying now again. And, you know, I don't usually, there's nothing pretty about me crying. It's usually only ugly cry. And that's what I did. We all end up hugging each other. And so it was this whole love fest thing going on. But, you know, it wouldn't be the same if I went and handed them a check, no matter how big the check is. The effects wouldn't be the same. So I love that Trades of Hope can, you know, bring light in dark places. It sounds cliche, but it's literally changing people's lives. And the more and more women we have, and men, we have a few awesome men, by the way. Some are very dedicated to selling coffee. Some sell everything. So nothing against men. We like men. But the truth is that thousands and thousands of are women. So we're mostly women. So I forgot where we were going with that. I have no notes. Can you tell? It's everywhere.
I was following you until you said coffee, and then I was like, I got distracted.
Thinking of Tania's husband. He is like so dedicated to selling coffee now. It's so cute. Anyways.
Thousands and thousands of women have stepped up to be a part of it.
To be a part of it. Yeah. I'm sure that's where I was going with that. But I think I get emotional and I get a little embarrassed. Sorry.
No, I love it, Gretchen. I love when you get emotional. I love when you don't have notes, because I'm always like, how long is she gonna go? She's going into another story. I love when you're noteless.
I find it goes better. I make notes. I don't follow them anyway. So we all know those.
I know, because then you're like, oh wait, I wrote this down, but I don't even know what I said. I can't read my handwriting.
Can't read my handwriting. I know. You've known me a long time.
Yeah.
Did I miss anything, Erin? Was there anything you wanted to know?
No, but I think you could talk all night. I mean, you know, Gretchen has been, you know, we've gone, as many of us as partners have been able to go to like Haiti and Guatemala and some to Costa Rica. But like Gretchen's the one that goes to Kenya and to Uganda and to the Philippines and to Thailand and Cambodia. I mean, to sit with women who have been acid attacked in Cambodia and have these just incredible relational conversations and be, you know, in these deep, dark places, in brothels in North Asia, I mean, literally in all of these places. So I want you to hear that too, like as she's sharing these stories. These are women that she has not just Skyped with or, you know, Zoomed with. Like, these are women that she has embraced and been in the room with and shared these experiences with and shared this partnership with. And it's incredible. And, you know, I don't know that I'll ever get to go to Uganda or Kenya or some of these places and meet some of these artisans, but, you know, because of what I know about Gretchen and what I know about Elizabeth and who they are, and Fritz too, she mentioned that's Gretchen's amazing husband who took the dog so he wouldn't bark during the meeting. You know, I live vicariously through that, and we all do that. You know, when you bring those stories back to us, they just feed our souls. And like you said, none of us would work this hard really for a pair of earrings. Like, we love it and we get really, really excited about it, but it really is about just the story after story after story. And what's really cool is that this business model is expansive. You know, it grows. And when I started at Trades of Hope 7 years ago, there were about 300 of us as partners. We were only in 9 countries. Well, today we're in 19 countries. So as we grow, we are able to enter, you know, I don't do a party where somebody's like, well, do you have something from this country or this country or this country? And I'm like, become a partner. You know, we need to grow, like come join us. And we can explore artisan groups in other countries. It's just amazing. So
I'm with some here in the US too.
Yes, absolutely. We've got some, and we've been able to visit with some of those groups too in California and Baltimore and Nashville, and just, yeah, there's amazing work being done in our own backyard. And what's crazy is that I know there's a stack of artisan applications, you know, of groups that are just sending applications and sending samples and wanting to be part of our catalog and our website. And I know Gretchen's heart, and I know she would love to sell everything for everybody, but she's also a very responsible steward of what we are doing, and takes very great care to make sure that we can sustain and maintain the relationships that we are in, that we are, you know, members of the Fair Trade Federation, that we have these very high standards of transparency and accountability, and what we have to be able to do to continue to employ artisans at the same level month after month after month. And it's just, I don't even know the half of what that is, but I always tell Gretchen, like, that is what I pray for when I pray for Gretchen and the home team, is that they can bear that, and that I can go do my part, which is to go, you know, tell the stories and sell the stuff, so that she can sleep at night. And it's my honor to do that. Okay, I'm gonna kind of bring it around, because I want to post this video. So when you join in the next 24 hours, so from now until 9:30 p.m. tomorrow night, Thursday night, join. Just go ahead and hop off this call, hop on the link of the partner that invited you, become a partner. You're gonna get a $15 coupon just as like a bonus gift for being part of the Love Live. I'm gonna donate a baby chick for you. We do a lot with baby chicks here in Trades of Hope. We really love giving chickens because it means eggs that can be sold and be eaten. It's like a little family business. And so I love donating baby chicks. So I'm going to donate a baby chick for you, and you'll be entered to win. And if this post went up at 9:30, so it's already on the group. This is a gorgeous Camino bag from our artisan group in Guatemala. It's actually a 3-way bag. It can be a backpack or a shoulder bag or a crossbody. Gorgeous Wapil fabric, which is a traditional Mayan tribal women fabric in Guatemala. So I'm going to be giving this away to everybody who joins in the next 24 hours. Will be entered to win the Camino bag, and that's super fun. So I'm not going to waste your time. I'm going to just close it out. Without sounding completely desperate, we want you. We want you to be part of this group. Like, we just do. Our mission needs more women. I mean, I don't know how many times we have to say it. Like, we need you to step up, be part of what we're doing, amplify voices by wearing, sharing, storytelling, and being hope in action in the world. And that can look so many different ways. This business can be parties. One day it will be home parties again, more regularly for some of us. Some women just do social selling. They do Facebook parties all the time, pandemic or no pandemic. They do their business online. It can be fundraisers. It can be your own personal shopping. It can be vendor events. It can be any of those things. And for most of us in this group, I bet it's a combination of all. We all do our business in all of those ways because all of those things make a difference and put product into the marketplace and put stories of hope and pieces of jewelry with souls into the hands of people. And that puts food on the table for our artisans and for us. It can be life-changing for you and for our artisans. So my fondest hope is that you become a partner, you join us, you join the Great Love Nation. I can tell you there will never be the perfect or absolutely right time. There will always be something that will get in your way. I almost didn't join. I had a party, I loved it. I was getting my kit for free because I had a I earned it through my Hostess rewards. And I still was like, no, I'm not. I told myself I'd never join another direct sales company. And my husband was like, would you just sign up for it? I mean, it's literally free and you clearly can't stop talking about it and you think it's really fun and you just do it. Like, what have you got to lose? And I was like, okay, fine, but I'm only gonna do it for a few months and then I'm going back into the classroom and I'm not gonna, so hindsight is 2020. Like sometimes you just have to go. You just have to say yes. You just have to see. I mean, you can buy a kit for $39. So it's not a life investment and you just never know. And I bet every single partner in this group on this call has some kind of story of like, oh, I didn't expect that, or I didn't see that coming, or what an unexpected blessing. Just like Gretchen shared that, oh, there's women that are going to join this and oh, they're going to be my friends and we're going to have this amazing community. And then we're going to have like these big training retreats where we dance and like celebrate and like pop confetti cannons. And I didn't see any of that coming. You just never know. And at the heart of all of it is these kindred spirits of women that you never would have met. And some of us you may never meet, but we all are in this kind of just impassioned, empowered work together. And that spirit lifts me up every single morning and gets me out of bed and gets me going, even in the darkest and hardest of times. And we are in a dark and hard time. I've been so just anchored to my business right now because it is such a space and solace of hope for me. And I know every single one of us have gone through seasons where we just cling to our business because it's the only thing that makes any sense. And sometimes it just fits with everything else and all is good and our business is just one more cherry on top of our wonderful life. So whatever the season is, Trades of Hope has a place in your life. And I can't wait for you to be a part of it. I'm just so excited. So I'm going to stop this recording and end this call so I can post it to the group and you guys can go join and sign up and see who wins the Camino bag tomorrow. And the group's going to go all day through tomorrow. A couple more posts will go up. I'll do the Camino bag drawing tomorrow night at 9:30. And yeah, it's going to be awesome. So I can't wait. Thank you so much, Gretchen, for joining me. Sorry.
Thanks for everyone for joining us.
Yeah, thank you guys. I'm sorry about the technical difficulties, but making it work. So thank you for being flexible, everybody, and have a great night.
Night.